IVM.
TFG Football is an IVM production, and you can also check out their other awesome shows like Simplified, a show that explains intense topic from around the world and simplifies it for you so that you can appear cooler in front of your friends.
You're listening to TFG Football.
Hello and welcome everyone. It's a new episode of the TFG Indian Football Podcast. And well, what a cracker of a game last night. And just like I ended the show saying yesterday that hope they prove us wrong, and they did prove us wrong. Delhi Dynamos were a better team, a better side with more goals in their favour. The final scoreline was 3-2. They had, for most of the time, they had some good amount of lead, like 3-0 to the 3-1. Only towards the end is where I think Pune came back and scored the second goal, but the damage was already done. It was too late for them to get back in the game. But just to say what Miguel Portugal said in the pre-match press conference, right? He said that this first match for his team would be a test of their performance, and I think he must be a happy guy right now. Considered a few, but I think he's got 3 points, and that's what they wanted to take away from playing away from home. Now let's get in the thoughts of Chiranjit and Kevin here joining me. Siju, your host, and Kevin, we start with you. What an amazing! It literally is like some of the tweets. I don't remember which guys whose tweet I saw. I read in the morning. He's listed out names of Indian players who've really shone and already have been showing some great performances in the ISL, and it clearly looks like it's actually now the Indian Super League. Last night, Changte, right? I mean, I think you stressed upon him when we were talking about him on the preview. You said that this guy is somebody to watch out for, and there you go. He did that assist, a goal, crazy, right? 20-year-old boy who's got even the first legit hero of the match award, and I'm very happy for it that it went to him. So, Kevin, your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, see, first half, if you go to see, there was not many chances created by both teams. It was clearly Delhi Dynamos who had most ball possession, and Pune were just trying to settle in the game. It's the first game of the tournament, so you expect this from both sides. Sloppy passing, fouls were just happening out here and there, and players were getting frustrated right in the first half. The referee failed to get that under control. There were some wild fouls which I believe should have been carded in the first half itself. Yes, the referee's job is to try to keep the game flowing as much as possible. So sometimes it does go overboard. Players try to take the advantage, and yesterday it did happen in the first half. So the second half was explosive, especially in the first minute from Delhi Dynamos. Nothing like we've seen any team going all out in the second half.
Did you expect the first half ended goalless? Did you expect this to
really
completely change?
We've seen the first two games of the season becoming almost like nobody's going to be able to score, and this was also expected to go that way. But Mirabai, what kind of player is he? He was just getting the ball from his own half and trying to just walk past the defenders, and he was getting tackled a lot of times, and we could see the frustration on his face there. But Changte, the 30 seconds it was 35 seconds. All of a sudden, I think the keeper must have been still adjusting his the center of the goal line, and he just hit with the goal. And what kind of an assist that was from Changte! What a ball! You expect that quality of balls to come in the box and then have just come and have somebody head it in. So he was just too good, Changte, and he was rewarded for his hard work right after that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Within 10 minutes, he got a goal for himself.
Yeah. Chiranjit, what went wrong for FC Pune City?
I don't know, man. They just did not seem like they wanted to go out there and win the game in the first half. Okay, it was like Delhi Dynamos had the ball most of the time, and they were doing this thing which, especially in a top 4 race, an away team may do sometimes, which is to pull the ball back to their own half, pass it among your own defenders or defensive midfielders, and you wait for the other team to sort of just other players to go ahead and try to win the ball back, and thereby breaking their shape. But Pune City were like, nahi, hum idhar hi baithe rahenge. they did not attack, Delhi Dynamos in their own half too much in the first half. Okay, especially when it was just them, just passing the ball around, waiting to find a hole. But that's not good football. We did not see good football in the first half. And if you don't show aggression on the first, early on in the game, you may be had in the second half like they were. Just something, I was surprised even by Lalianzuala. I did not, foresee him delivering at this level. Comes out with that assist for Paulinho, and suddenly, Pune City just went into shock for a moment, and that's what allowed them to get the second goal. And what a goal it was by Chante. So those 10 minutes, the game was already over. The game was pretty much done. I mean, it's a 3-2 scoreline, makes it look more competitive than it was.
Yeah.
We had Mirabaje getting that goal right after the hour mark.
That was an amazing goal.
Satak, oh my goodness, solo effort, beautiful goal. Then Emiliano, of course, got that goal back. But at that point, it was already a lost game. The kind of team that has some 60% possession in the first half and takes a lead early in the second half, they're not going to let go of a 3-goal lead.
Yeah.
It was a great goal for Alfaro. I'm happy that Satak Gulli got that assist. The Mohan Bagan product really making it in ISL. And towards the end, that was like just another goal that they got at the end. But Delhi Dynamos never looked like they were under that kind of pressure.
Yeah.
And this is a direct result of Pune City not going for the win from the very early on. That mentality has to change now.
Yeah, and also we had some good person at the commentary level as well. Finally, Anant was back in the commentary for the last match, and we finally saw finally could hear something they talk about the match and nothing that happens around it. But coming back for the game, Kevin is asking you, were you surprised at the Pune City lineup? That they put the playing 11?
Of course. No, there was a rumor going on about Keane Lewis' fitness, and that was obvious he didn't make it to the final 11. So that immediately showed, Marcelli, Alfaro, and the missing piece, Keane Lewis, he wasn't there. And you could see there was something amiss for this team, and he did come on in the second half. By the time everything was over, it was just for namesake. And Rohit Kumar, players like him are good, but they are not capable at delivering at this level, too quickly. So it's understandable from the coach's point of view. If you've not got a player who's 100% fit, you don't start him. You obviously get him towards the second half, where you try to just level up the game. But then by that time, it was already over.
Right.
So yes, kind of funny the way the players were chosen. But I think in the longer league, we should see some stable core team that Pune brings out.
So Ranjit,
I was especially disappointed by Keane Lewis. I don't know what it was he had. Maybe he had some injury issues that got him started off on the
the bench.
Pre-season train late. He seemed to missing basic balls, but maybe some early jitters playing for a new team and all that stuff. But I hope he starts next time and delivers. This just wasn't Pune City's day. Didn't seem to be going their way in any way.
Yeah. Now, just Chiranjit, sticking with you, quick thoughts on Vineet Rai's performance.
Man, good. The guy even just started off with this beautiful, physical presence out there, man.
Yeah.
It was good to see the connection that he got sometimes between him and Gabriel. I want to see him a few games more before you can start saying this guy is gonna be here for the long run. But he's showing promise.
Yeah. Kevin, last point, closing thoughts on this game. Do you think Vishal Kaid could do much better than Kamaljeet Singh?
We did talk about Kaid making the first 11, but somewhere Kamaljeet was also up there. because Anuj is the third keeper in the FC Pune City team, who's very young. He's just played the under-19 IFA Shield. He was part of that team last season. So Kamaljeet is much more experienced, and if you keep them both at par, I don't think that's a difficult choice to have. But Kath not starting could have been a choice of mostly it could be an injury worry for them.
Okay, well, that was that. Pune City playing Delhi Dynamos at home and lost their first match 2-3. Delhi Dynamos taking 3 points to their bag. Now moving on for tonight's game, it's another interesting tie. Both these teams playing their second match of ISL and looking for a win. Chennaiyin lost their first match against FC Goa, while on the other hand Northeast have a point to them because they drew against Jamshedpur FC. But both will be looking to playing for a win here. I mean, Chennaiyin desperately needs that, and can Northeast be pulling off a surprise? We'll have to wait and watch. Starting with you, Chiranjit. Chennaiyin playing at home, second match against Northeast United.
You know what? I actually wish this match was in Guwahati.
Okay.
Simply for the reason that we didn't see a good crowd for Chennaiyin FC in their first game, and going away, and putting on a good performance, getting a win, hopefully would boost their chances to revive that excitement around the team. And frankly, there wasn't really that much going on in the first match. They got outplayed by FC Goa, and Northeast United they played against Jamshedpur FC. Not a very impressive performance there either. Okay, so they just right now Northeast United are good to look at because of the kind of emphasis role that Indians are playing in that side. Other than that, there's nothing that just jumps out and gets you excited about it. But yeah, this is we're going to see a really boisterous away contingent coming to visit in this game. So we'll see a better atmosphere definitely than the Sunday's game. And as for the match itself is concerned, I want to hear Kevin on this. It seems like Northeast have a slight more advantage simply because their defense sort of held fast against the Jamshedpur FC attack. But then again, the FC Goa attack is 3-4 times better than the attack that Jamshedpur FC have. So it's not a big assurance either. It just seems like two teams which are struggling at the moment, but obviously we should not judge them from one match itself. But it seems like they have not found their flow yet. Second game of the season, and that's what the quest is going to be for both of them. Just find their path here.
Okay, Kevin?
Well, you can obviously forget your first game of any tournament because you're still getting yourself into that mode of competition. So it's fine to lose or even not perform well in the first game. But your second home game, obviously, this has got a lot of importance. So for Chennaiyin FC, this is this is a task. And not conceding will be the first of the many things that they learn from the first game. So if they are not able to concede, I think they are in a good position against Northeast United. But it's going to be difficult to stop Cesario. He was on fire in the first game. He was just a bit unlucky to not get the balls where he wanted to in the goal. So he was the man to watch out there, and he will be tonight as well. So just something that Chennai should be looking at is Rafael Augusto, who's got plenty of experience in the midfield. He should be the man who's getting in these charges. He's trying to get the midfield settled along with the defense. That's going to be the key for Chennaiyin FC. Northeast United, they did everything right. They were just not very good at the finishing. So that's their learning from the first game, and I think we will see some goals scored by both teams today.
Okay. But I'm still confused now. Who are you all favoring, or who are you all giving the win? Chiranjit,
I'll tell you something. They're going to have to take a chance. These guys, we're talking Northeast United. They don't have the most intimidating attack of the entire league, right? So I don't think Chennaiyin FC have any other option than to strengthen their attack, because Boringa Bodo, it was great to see him getting that chance. Two strikers up front. That, I don't think it worked out though. They did not create as many chances. I did not see Boro making him that useful out there. They have to get in their Nigerian attacker. I think his name is Jude Nura. He's played for Saknin and Horsens in the past. Played all over Europe. So yeah, he's got to start. I think they'll probably have to take out one of the foreign defenders, get in Kinan Almeida or Sanjay Balmuchu if you're thinking like that. But get your experienced foreign striker out there, because you need goals. And there were not enough chances created in the first game. So you have to. They actually don't have any option other than go for an attack here and get an early goal, because they will know what it feels like now to just in the first 40 minutes you concede a couple of 3 goals and suddenly you have nothing else to do. You have already lost the game, so they will have to mitigate the similar kind of situation this game by scoring early. Otherwise, they will get into a slump, and you don't want to be there at the start of the season.
His scoreline, Chiranjit, for Chennai versus Northeast United.
Yeah, my scorelines are always off apparently this season, so I'm just going to go and say it's going to be a 1-1 draw.
Okay.
Neither team is going to be happy with it.
Okay, Kevin?
Same for me.
Yeah.
Maybe a JJ scores.
That's the winner for Chennai.
Actually, no. I'm just a little bit hesitant to say the Chennai are gonna score too many goals. But if the Noura JJ kind of 4-4-2 situation works out for them, then they might just score like 2-3 goals, and that would tilt the game in their favor. But depends on what the coach is thinking. They just need that experience up front. You can't have 2 Indian strikers up there all the time.
Okay. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Let's hope that this match can also surprise us like last night's, and we'll see some more goals coming up from both the teams. And that's all for the first half here from the ISL side. We slip into a short break now. On the other side, we have some stadium issues and Churchill Brothers preview coming up.
What's the best new restaurant in town?
Which bar sucked?
What's the worst new Hindi film?
What's the most obscure thing to do on the weekend?
And what's the most interesting new walking tour?
If you want to know how to make the most of Bombay, listen to the podcast by thedailypow.com. We are Pranuti,
Amit,
and Purva.
We're your guide to what to do, see, and eat in the city. You can find new episodes of the podcast every Monday on the IVM Podcast app or any other podcasting app that you prefer, and on thedailypow.com.
Welcome back, and first off, as you must have heard, in case you missed it, we spoke about the last night's game. We reviewed it, and we also previewed tonight's ISL action. Now let's get down to some more news. Now, Sports Authority of India is kind of acting a bit funny regarding the Nehru Stadium in Delhi. They've said that they can't host any matches there because it will hamper the growth of the newly laid grass on the pitch. But they don't want the football match to happen, but they are okay, and they are going to go ahead with an event that's going to happen, which will see a lot of Bollywood stars, and this will definitely hamper the stadium, but they are okay with that. Now they've said I-League matches can't be held there. Delhi Dynamos will play their first home game on December 2nd. All of that is under the threat. They've written letters and this and that, but SAI, the Sports Authority of India, just doesn't seem to care, and they're going to go ahead with the event, is what we are hearing. Chiranjit, what is happening, man? Like, seriously.
Well, is it anything new that stadium issues are going to continue? Last season, earlier this year, we had I-League going through like a big amount of stadium issues. In Kolkata, Mohan Bagan had to play in Rabindra Sarovar to just manage the situation on the fly. Then we have, Even right now, I think we have stadium issues everywhere in three cities at least. We have in Kerala, we have in Kolkata, we have here in Delhi. I think in the Delhi's case is pretty straightforward. It's a case of a football pitch being entrusted to somebody who doesn't care about football. Okay, if you really want to help the sport grow, then you would never do a concert on a football pitch.
Yeah.
Why would you ever do that? Remember when IPL did their stupid opening ceremony in Salt Lake Stadium back in 2013, and that was still better because it was an artificial turf, so there was not going to be a critical damage to the pitch. So 7-8 days after that program, East Bengal played an AFC Cup game, and players were complaining that there are nails on the pitch, nails and little bits of confetti, because they did their song and dance and stuff, and they left the kachara lying around on the pitch. And what if somebody had gotten injured?
Yeah.
What if somebody had just something had caused them bad injury because of that? How can you take that risk with players like that? But that's the country we live in. These Bollywood or whatever XYZ concert people pay a lot more money to rent a stadium than football matches, and there are people who are in charge who just care about that. They don't care about the football matches at all. The Minerva Punjab had that same situation with some rapper guy who had booked the Ludhiana stadium and ruined the pitch and all of that. So in Delhi that's happening as well. It's interesting that ISL is suffering because of that, because ISL usually never has to face stadium issues. So Delhi Dynamos, hopefully they get this sorted. And they have Bollywood connections. They have a Bollywood celebrity as brand ambassador. So maybe make some phone calls and try to shift this to literally anywhere else. You don't need a football pitch to build a stage and like have 10,000 chairs in front of it. Why would you even book it in the first place in a football stadium? Don't you have any sense of decency? Like, you're damaging a pitch. It should be like common knowledge.
Yeah, that too in the middle of a tournament that's happening.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. But yeah, that should be sorted. I mean, this is the same reason why the Indian Arrow's first two games got moved to Goa, because Ambedkar is booked for some event, and the Nehru Stadium had this going on. So yeah, that's one of the things. But look at what happened to Gokulam Kerala FC. They were told like Malappuram mein nahi khelne ka, there is no floodlight. So they went to they're like, okay, we'll go to Calicut, and now they're playing like 5 or 4 out of 9 of their home games are at 2 p.m. Like,
it's like torture.
If you're gonna play at 2 p.m., why don't you play it on Malappuram? Why do you have to go to Calicut? There's probably gonna be less people on the stands. But yeah, either way, I hope they somehow manage the situation. They tell like, okay, our 2 p.m. matches should be held at Malappuram or something. I think that would work out for them. Then in Kolkata, we have West Bengal government making this new arbitrary rule. Okay, we made this new pitch for the Under-17 World Cup. So we need 48 hours between two matches so that we can take care of the pitch. And now we have a situation where ATK, East Bengal, Mohun Bagan, all of them have matches at Salt Lake Stadium. 26th at night, we have the match between ATK. ATK's first home game, I think, 26th. And at 28th, East Bengal are playing ISL FC. That's less than, so they don't have 48 hours between the two matches. So first, it was like a complete doubt over whether the match was going to happen. But then the government made that arbitrary rule, and they pretty much told East Bengal like, okay, you can break that rule. There's not going to be any problem. But that one time, that rule was relaxed for East Bengal, but Mohun Bagan, I think, arrived at some some kind of a, what do you call it, settlement or understanding. Okay, 3 of our matches should be held at Barasat Stadium, which is okay, I think, at this point. But you cannot play at Barasat at 2 p.m. You know, your shoes are gonna melt in that heat if you play on artificial turf. But yeah, now we have an East Bengal home game coming up, and they have an 80K match less than 48 hours later scheduled. So let's see if 80K are asked to move to Barasat like Mohun Bagan, you know. I think the government should uphold its own rule and tell, like, look at Mohun Bagan, they moved their match to Barasat. So you have a match coming up, so you also move to Barasat. I don't know if they will have the guts to do that. Probably they'll relax their rules again. But this is just so silly, you know. Like, so many. The last year we've been hearing like, okay, now the infrastructure problems are going to get sorted everywhere, and we're building new stadiums, renovating new stadiums and everything. But we're still there. We're still having scheduling issues and clash with Bollywood and, you know.
Yeah,
so
well,
what
that's the reality. That's a sad reality of our country, you know. But Kevin, your quick thoughts on this? Just a month back, we were hailed as a footballing nation, but we are fighting here for stadiums, the basic shit that you need to play football. What's happening?
I think we can only be good on TV, and these issues never are brought up to, you know, where everybody can notice. It's just pressed down among the other news stories. So this will never be understood by the other nations who call us the footballing nation or whatever. Or we've made great steps towards progress.
Really call ourselves the footballing nation.
So it's sad, and it's not going to change unless there is an administrative authority over these bodies who presses them down, who sanctions, who presses the sanctions also on them. You know, you need to have a punishment if you're not following what is required for the sport.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this coming from Sports Authority of India is ridiculous. But moving on.
And one of the things was that, like, look at FIFA when they were here. You saw them manage those stadiums for months. Learn something. You know, when the government said they're going to do a song and dance thing ahead of the Under-17 World Cup, they said, nope, we have a football pitch. This is not your, Nachne Gaane ka stage. So grow some balls and do that same. You know, tell them you cannot do your thing on a football pitch. Go find somewhere else. Go find a hall where there is a stage and 10,000 chairs maybe. So yeah.
Yeah, well, sad reality as I said, but this is how it is, and unless there is something coming from the top, but the top itself, people from the top itself are acting like this, so it's ridiculous. We don't know who will act then. But moving on, our quick thoughts will be now on the Churchill Brothers team, who are grooming and gearing up for the new ISL I-League season. Then no Derek Pereira, no big names, no big players that they had like last season. The guy who came single-handedly and said, I will change this team, I will save them from relegation, and that's what Derek Pereira did. But now he's done his job. He's packed his bag and gone to a higher team, playing for being the assistant.
Next door.
Yeah, just right there. Play assistant coach for FC Goa. But Alfred Fernandez is back here, and so are some few names. I think this full squad is yet not announced, but hopefully it will be out soon. But Kevin, what are your thoughts on Churchill Brothers?
This is again one of those teams who have been the victim of being, should I say, poached, or it's just they've have their players just stripped off the team, and look at whom they've lost. Yes, Chester Paul Lingdo, he's gone to Mohun Bagan. Then there's Kroma, who's gone to Mohun Bagan.
He was a Pune City loanee anyway.
Yeah, but
like
yeah, that's there. But then you lose out on the team that you played so well for and you brought out the best from. And then again, Selton Fernandez has gone away from. He's in one of the ISL teams. There's Keenan Almeida, who was there for them. He's also gone. I think the keeper also is gone to one of the teams that we've already seen. was it Pawan Kumar? I'm not sure, but again, see, these are the main players that got them fighting, and that's what Derek Pereira did. He used them to the best of their abilities. He played them, some of them like Sheridan Fernandez, he played them off position, and he got the best out of them for the team. So this season we do not have too much first-hand information, but all we can hope is somebody like Derek Pereira can come over and then just guide this team, because if you've got a coach who's there with the team right from the start, only then you've got some chances to put in a good show. You come in the middle of the season where most of the points are lost, your home games are just hardly remaining. It's difficult to make a comeback.
Charanjit, your thoughts on this team?
I think just look at their what do you call it? Just look at these teams. This is, I think, a summary. The Churchill Brothers squad. I'm just looking at the Indian contingent. They have, I think, announced just one foreign player so far. It's that Singapore international. I mean, he was born in Nigeria, I think, naturalized. 34-year-old centre back, Precious, played for Home United and Crescent in the past. 61 matches for Singapore. Good signing. This is the first foreign signing, and they're showing intent. So hold on. The kind of picture you see right now is not fully complete. Okay, you're gonna the foreign signings are gonna be key in this squad in terms of let's say experience. They've got Clifford Miranda, but then again, is he past his prime? Is 35 years old.
Yeah.
And how much is he going to deliver against, especially now that the league is younger than ever? It's speedier than ever. We've seen as you keep getting more and more northeastern teams, the league is going to get more and more fast. Denzel Franco is a good guy to have in the defense. I think he did really good at 80K. Don't know why he was not used very often at the FC Goa squad last year, but I hope he's trying to prove himself, and he's gonna. I hope he has some success there. There is Nongkam, who's been with Churchill Brothers for a while. I think a couple of years. He did well in GPL. Good to see him. Getting. I think he's gonna get a lot more players, but what I was starting to say about this team is that the Indian contingent in Churchill Brothers is a kind of a picture for the silent 100. The 100 top division potential professional players who were thrown out of the picture when ISL came in. It's like we had 14 clubs in I-League in 2013-14. Right, and then ISL comes in, we lose 5 clubs, and the same Indian players who are playing in I-League are playing in ISL. So we suddenly had a net loss of about more than 100 players playing in the top tier who no longer had a job. So they were either playing in lower league or in local leagues, and some of these players are like just copybook. Examples of this. Take for instance, this guy James Fernandez, 23-year-old striker. He was an up and coming player at Salgaonkar. He was playing local league for them. In 2014-15, he made one appearance for Salgaonkar against Royal Wyandotte. He came off the substitute bench on 23rd January 2015. Played for 7 minutes. And Salgaonkar versus Royal Wyandotte, that matchup seems like it's from another lifetime, but this happened 2 years ago. So now he's 23. Back then he was like 2021. So yeah, that's the kind of start you get. But then Royal Wyandotte went away. Salgaonkar, had a much better pool to choose from. So of course he dropped out from the favorable list. A guy who was just breaking into the scene just dropped off the elite list and could not get any clubs until now. And now he's back. So this is his chance for redemption. Because and this is thanks to ISL and I-League happening in parallel, that players like him are getting a chance. So this place like him there's that goalkeeper, Ricardo Cardozo, 24-year-old. He was with Bengaluru FC in the past, never got a chance to play for them in the league. So yeah, he's finally, I think he will be their main keeper, hopefully. And hopefully he will get a lot of chances to play. We got Israel Gurung. We got some experience in the form of Rahul Kumar, played for Sardaukar in the past, also played for JCT. I think he's heartbroken that Sardaukar is not there anymore. But yeah, you just have these characters, these misfits, these local guys. I mean, most of them either are local to Goa or have a very good connection with Goa. Even Israel Gurung.
Yeah.
He played obviously for Churchill Brothers earlier also in 2012-13. Last he played in Goa, and he always had a good relation with them. He's gone back to Goa now. So you see these rejects, these misfits who are banding together in this classic underdog tale, coached by a young gaffer who got kicked by John Johnson in the last season and complained about it, fought relegation, got somehow saved, but now they are fighting it again.
Yeah.
And I think the redemption or redeeming factor about this team is going to be the foreign signings, which they have gotten off to a good start, but they need at least two good midfielders, foreign midfielders, to add to this pack, because you're not going to win too many matches with Kudmal and Rodriguez out there, and maybe a couple of good foreign strikers to go with. So,
okay, well, that's like we still have to wait and watch.
Rant, huh?
Yeah, well, we still have to wait and watch because the full score is not out yet. So we just had to, we're just giving you an outline of what they already have and what they should be backing up with to have a complete squad that can be ready for competition. Now that we know, I mean, I-League may be, because as we said, we keep saying that there are 3 new teams and you never know what's going to be the competition be like. It'll be much higher. So Churchill need to get back up because they won't have Pereira coming back in between to save them. So Alfred Fernandez has to prove his worth and get back this team to winning ways and in a good way. So hopefully that happens, and we'll have to wait and watch, and we'll bring you all the updates as and when it happens, guys. And that's all from us today. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please do show us that by liking, sharing and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Also hit the bell icon so you get updates of our new episode. Leave your comments below. Let us know what you think about the Churchill squad, the stadium issues or the ISL that's happening. Have a great day, folks. You can also talk to us directly on Twitter, Chiranjit Oja, Boza_Kevin, Suji Matthew 94. Also for the TFG football Twitter handle, where you get updates about everything about Indian football. Get onto our website, thefanglass.com, and you can read about everything. That's all, folks. Have a great day. Enjoy. Cheers. Come back to us tomorrow. Bye-bye.
That was Tantrik Steve from Hansraj College, Delhi, performing at IIT Bombay's Mood Indigo. Just like them, there's a lot of new talent and art coming out of colleges all across India, but unfortunately most of this goes completely unnoticed or ignored. To fix this, we started atkt.in. Hi, I'm Ankur, I'm a musician and a rapper, and I found that one of the best things about being an artist myself is finding new talent. Through atkt.in, Tanya, my colleague who's a dancer, and our whole team really is putting all of our efforts into discovering and promoting all the coolest talent that's coming out of colleges all across India. And this goes up on our website, our social media, TV, radio, and now, of course, this podcast with IVM. Make sure you go to our website, support the talent with your likes, your shares, your comments. All of that really matters. Go ahead, check it out. atkt.in.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Sorry to say, but there's been a slight delay due to the apocalypse having suddenly begun. As you can see, there's death, destruction, and chaos taking place all around us. But don't you worry, food and drinks will be served shortly, and I would recommend checking out
IVM Podcasts
to get some of your favorite Indian podcasts. We'll keep you going till this whole thing blows over. Thank you.